Hello, it's me, and today we are going to talk about The Descent, a 2005 horror film directed by Neil Marshall. We'll discuss its use of claustrophobia and psychological horror rather than jump scares or gore. We'll also look at the lighting design and how it contributes to the atmosphere. Also, stick around till the end of the video if you want to know what film I thought of when watching this one. Let's get started. The film opens with Juno and her husband Paul moving into their new house. Their friends come over to help them move in. Later that night, they have dinner together. During dinner, Juno talks about the stairs in the basement, which haven't been finished yet. She's afraid that someone might fall down the stairs and die. Sarah says that she was thinking of redoing the steps, but now she isn't so sure. Dinner continues, and they eat in silence for a while. Suddenly, there's a loud crash from the basement followed by screams. They all rush to investigate. Juno finds her husband dead at the bottom of the basement stairs. He has clearly fallen and hit his head. Everyone is pretty shaken up, but Sarah insists that they should go to bed since everyone is tired. In the morning, Sarah tells the others that she is going to stay behind and clean up the mess from last night. The others insist that she should go and take care of herself instead. As they drive off, Sarah looks at the unfinished stairs leading into the basement. Then she starts to walk down the stairs. Sarah is soon joined by Beth, who lives in the house next door. Beth found Sarah outside and asked if she could walk her home. They are soon joined by Rebecca, and the three of them start walking down the stairs. They find Juno at the bottom of the stairs. She is now awake and alive, but she can't remember anything from the night before. It turns out that she had hit her head and knocked herself unconscious. They help her back upstairs. While taking care of Juno, Beth finds a camera on the top of the stairs. There were no pictures taken the night before, but there is one picture of Sarah standing next to the stairs. She doesn't remember taking the photo either. Later that day, they decide to leave the house. Rebecca goes upstairs to pack her things. Meanwhile, Beth and Juno sit on the couch and watch TV. They start talking about how strange Juno's husband was. She hadn't seen him at all the previous night because he had gone to stay in a hotel. They heard some noises downstairs and decided to ignore them. As Rebecca comes downstairs, they hear a loud crash again. This time, though, it sounded like it was coming from above. They all go upstairs to check, and they find that someone has smashed the skylight. They wonder who could have done such a thing and decide that they must leave immediately. When they got to the front door, though, they found that it had been locked from the outside. The only way out is through the basement. They go down the stairs. Once in the basement, they realize that there is no way out. The other side of the basement wall is solid concrete. They can't find the back door, and even if they did, it would be locked. There is a small window, but it's too high up for anyone to climb out of. They find some boxes in the basement and realize that there are tools inside. One of the boxes contains a crowbar and a sledgehammer. Juno takes the sledgehammer and smashes the window. They climb through the opening and find themselves outside. They are relieved until they realize that they are still trapped. They are surrounded by a tall wall and there is no way out. They try to climb the wall, but it's too tall. Just when they think that everything is lost, they see a tunnel nearby. They crawl through the tunnel and find that it leads to a road. They run towards the lights of the town, and we can assume that they will make it. This was a really good film. It's not a typical slasher film where the main character is stalked by a killer. Instead, the horror comes from the environment itself. The film plays on your claustrophobia. For example, when the characters are trapped in the basement and they smash the window, the audience can feel their desperation. The fact that the window is too high up for anyone to escape means that the characters are truly trapped, which heightens the tension. When watching this movie, I felt myself getting more and more nervous as the film went on. Once the characters broke through the window, I let out a big sigh of relief. This is an example of dramatic irony. I knew that they were going to be okay, but the characters didn't know that yet. So when they started running away, I was able to share in their joy. The movie does a great job of building up suspense. For example, early in the movie, Juno talks about people dying at the bottom of the stairs. Later, her husband actually dies at the bottom of the stairs. Another example is when Sarah takes a picture on the stairs. This makes the audience wonder if there is a killer lurking behind them, or if Sarah is taking a picture of the ghost of someone who died on the stairs. What I enjoyed most about this movie is that it relies on psychology rather than special effects to scare the audience. For example, the last time we see the killer, he is covered in blood and guts. But the filmmakers chose not to show this to us. Instead, they showed us the aftermath. This is effective because it lets the audience's imagination fill in the gaps. If they had shown the killer, it would have been less scary. I also enjoyed the lighting design in this movie. It does a great job of setting the mood. For example, the basement is lit with dim blue light. This creates a cold and eerie atmosphere. When the characters break through the window, the bright light of the sun is blinding to them. This shows that they have escaped from the darkness and are now in the safety of the daylight. This movie reminded me of The Cave. Both movies take place in dark and enclosed spaces. The characters in both films also rely on their wits to survive. I recommend this movie if you are looking for a good horror film that will keep you on the edge of your seat. I will give it a 9 out of 10. Now, it's time for you to make your voice heard. How much did you enjoy this movie? Let me know in the comments. Also, what movie do you think of when watching this one? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. And don't forget to join our Discord community. I hope to see you in the next video.